It's called One Tiny Turtle. I'll just read the first page. One tiny turtle. Far, far out to sea, land is only a memory. An empty sky touches the water. Just beneath the surface is a tangle of weeds and driftwood where tiny creatures cling. And this is the nursery of the sea turtle. Passing in a boat, you might not notice Turtle, not much bigger than a bottle top. She hides in the green shadows. She's a baby, so her shell is soft as old leather. Just a little fish bite could rip it open, but Turtle is safe in her world of weed and snaps her beak on tiny crabs and shrimps. These tiny little creatures. Turtle swims about, flapping her long front flippers like wings. She is underwater flying. She pokes her pinprick nostrils through the silver surface to take a swift breath, so fast, blink and you'll miss it. Then she's gone, diving down into her secret life again. Fish breathe underwater, but turtles are reptiles, and they need to come up to the surface for air. But fishes don't, but turtles do. For 3 or 4 years, maybe more, Turtle rides out the storms. Remember we were talking about storms. And she floats through the hot calms, and steadily she outgrows her nursery. She's getting too big. Nobody sees her leave the nursery, but when you look for her, she has vanished all the same. A year or two later, she turns up close to land, bigger than a dinner plate now. So just think of our red plate. She's about that size. She's not a fish snack anymore. Her shell is hard as armor, and her head is as tough as a helmet. She's grown into her name, Loggerhead. She has come to eat crabs.
I see that.
She's come to eat crabs. Millions swim up from deep water to breed in the shallows. Millions of crabs come up, and their shells crack as easily as hens' eggs in her heavy jaws. But in a week, the feast is over, and Loggerhead disappears again. All the crabs are eaten, she goes away.
And then
Loggerhead wanders far and wide in search of food, and in the summer to cool seaweed jungles where she finds juicy clams and shoals of shrimps. And in the winter, shrimps are tiny little, they're a little bit like crayfish and lobsters, but they're really small. And in winter to turquoise lagoons, warm as a bath, where she can munch among the corals. So she actually eats on the corals. Loggerhead may travel thousands of miles, but she leaves no trace or track for you to follow. Only good luck will catch you a glimpse of her. For 30 years you might not find her. Then one summer night, here she is, on the beach where she was born. She's found her way here, sensing north and south like a compass needle, feeling the current and the warmth of the waves, and she remembers the taste of the water here and the sound of the surf. So she's coming back to the place she was born, and she remembers the taste of the water. Okay. Loggerhead has grown in her wandering years. She's as big as a wheelbarrow now.
A wheelbarrow?
Floating in the sea, she weighs nothing, but on land, she's heavier than a man. So think of your daddy, how heavy he is. She's heavier than that. So every flipper step is a struggle, and her eyes stream with salty tears, which help keep them free of sand. Loggerhead makes her nest where the sea won't reach. Scooping carefully with her hind flippers, she makes a steep, deep, deep hole. And inside, she lays her eggs, like 100 squidgy ping-pong balls.
Squidgy.
Yes. Afterwards, she covers them with sand to hide her nest from hungry mouths. Then the loggerhead is gone again, back to her secret life. Left behind under the sand, her eggs stay deep and safe. Baby turtles grow inside, and before the summer's over, they wriggle from their shells. And above them on the beach, 100 eyes watch on the lookout for a meal, so the hatchlings wait until night time. Then they burst through the sand and they skitter towards the sea. So they wait until the birds of us are asleep. And in the dark, claws and beaks and grabbing paws miss just one young turtle. One day, she'll remember the beach and she'll come back. But now, she dives under the waves and she swims, and she swims, and she swims, and she swims out into the arms of the ocean, far, far out to sea. The land becomes a memory, waiting to wake in the head of the little turtle. So she remembers that only when she's a big mummy to come back and lay her eggs there.
And then they'll go around, everyone will survive.
The cycle will carry on, you're right.
And then